welcome to Caravan Escapades. Hope everybody's keeping safe and well. What I want to do with you on this vlog is really bring you kind of an update of what it cost us for our 2023 trip to France. You know, the ferries, the site fees, all those sorts of things. What I'm not going to do is include kind of spending money, because I think that could be very subjective. You might want to eat out all the time, you might not want to eat out all the time, you might want 5 ice creams a day like we did, or you don't eat ice. So I've totally left out within this vlog the cost of spending money. So I've got some notes here which with the costings, with my costings. Now I've pretty much done a euro conversion. Remember, this was July, August of 2023, and whatever the exchange rate and that sort of thing would have been then. So the first one, I guess, is our 10 nights at our main campsite, which is Camping Chamblon. Not a bad pronunciation, I think, in Cap d'Agde. And that was £868.69. So we paid a third of that deposit before we went. We had to pay the rest, I think it was 2 weeks before arrival. But then what I did was there's another charge when we arrived there, which was rubbish disposal fee and tourist tax, which came to £21.20. So that's the main site. Then we've got the ferry crossing. So we crossed with Irish ferries this time, both lunchtime sort of savings, and the return crossing with Irish ferries, remember we've got a big car and a big caravan, was £453 dead. So that was £453 dead for the Irish ferry. We always take out Red Pennant with Caravan and Motorhome Club, the Red Pennant insurance. Now, for those that don't know about Red Pennant, do a search, check it out. It's a pretty much bulletproof insurance. Problem is, it's not the cheapest. It covers you, covers your personal, covers you for medical, covers you for breakdown, covers your car, covers your caravan, pretty much covers everything. But for the 20 days that we were away, I think we were away 20 days, the Red Pennant insurance came to £258.89. So we move on to the sites. So the sites, when we were travelling around, let me just kind of quickly run over those. So we got across, we stopped at Le Bien-Assisi, just outside of Calais. Then we stopped at another site at Le Mans. We went from Le Mans to Bordeaux, not too far from Bordeaux. Then we went from Bordeaux to near Toulouse. Then Toulouse onto our main campsite, and then on the way back we stopped at a site, and to be fair, I can't remember where it was, somewhere kind of halfway up France, so we stopped at a site there for one night. And then we had 2 nights at Camping des Vents, because we went on to Euro Disney again, and then back to Le Bien-Assisi, back in Calais. So essentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stops we had travelling up and down. All those 8 stops came to £277.18. So fuel, here's the biggie. This is, after the main site fee, was probably one of our biggest expenses. Now remember, I've got the big Mercedes GLS. The fuel cost on that, or the MPG on that, is not particularly great, and I was averaging, I think by the time we got home, 19.2 miles to the gallon. We actually covered, where I've got it written down here, we actually covered 2,234 miles. That's door to door. But anyway, drum roll please. The cost of fuel is, or was, £778.11. That was a total of 525.35 litres. So there was a range of fuel costs when we were there, and that ranged from 1.69 euros per litre to 1.98 euros per litre. And that was mainly, the 1.98 was mainly on the auto route, but majority of the Philips I was paying around about that 1.69 euros, I think, to 1.72. So as I said before, we'd use 525.35 litres. So one more fee, we have, and we've used certainly in all our times travelling around, the Senef tag, or what some people call the Amovis tag. What this does is enables you to pull up to the tolls And literally no cash, no anything else, tag in the windscreen and the toll barrier pops up and it charges you as and when you're travelling around. You actually don't get invoiced until the end of the following month after you've been travelling. So in total our Senif tag fee was, for all our toll charges, was £206.74, and we did use 90% of our travelling up and down was on the auto routes using the toll. So £206.74. So couple more fees. So there is an annual fee for the Senif tag, and that works out at £8.72. And the Crit Air certificate. This is if you want to go into those clean air zones. You don't have to get it, but for the price and everything else, it's better to be safe than sorry. And the cost of that was £4.02. So that's pretty much all of those charges on there, giving a grand total of, drum roll please, a grand total without spending money, that sort of stuff, was £2,876.45. So, is that expensive for a European caravanning holiday? I guess, once we probably put our spending money on, that sort of stuff, we've probably spent another £1,000. So we've probably at, £3,800, that sort of thing for our holiday. The other thing to note is France isn't particularly cheap, certainly not at the moment. The cost of living does seem to be more expensive than the UK. I know we're finding it tough over here, but certainly in France at the minute we were finding that even in the Audis, the Lidls, the Carrefours, the Super U's, that sort of stuff, all the sort of fruit, the meats, everything, the bread, the milk, was all more expensive than we'd expect to pay in the UK. Probably somewhere in the region of about 10 or 20% more expensive. So it was costing us more to to buy food and do our shopping and that sort of stuff, more than we would have expected to back here in the UK. But getting back to what I said, is that an expensive, £2,876.45 for the three of us? Would we have been able to get a similar package tour holiday? Do you know what? I don't know. I can't think the last time I did sort of a package holiday or flew off to Spain and Turkey and one of those sorts of stuff. It's just not me. I know we could get there a lot quicker, but I guess for us, we do just enjoy having the caravan, having it there with us, travelling at our own pace. For me, the holiday starts pretty much as soon as we start driving away from home here, and it was great this year because we'd given ourselves all this time to kind of travel down. We'd only booked the first and very last site from the travelling point of view, and we hadn't even got a route planned. If you look back at the vlogs, we ended up driving around the Le Mans circuit. We ended up in some cracking sites down near Bordeaux. It was just great. It was just relaxing. It was fun. We were under no real great pressure. We were driving about, I think on average between sort of 220 and 250 miles a day, that sort of stuff. So we really, really enjoyed it. Would we do it again? Absolutely. I think we do need to keep an eye on those costs though. The ferry cost, we did the ferry. £453. When I looked at the time for the Eurotunnel, that was going to be around about the £900. So then we've put another £500 on that mark. I do understand the ease of yoring the tunnel and that sort of stuff, and maybe for you guys it's worth it, that extra cost. I would like to give the tunnel a go, but certainly when we're looking, I just can't justify a £900 cost against a £400 cost when we could use that money somewhere else within the trip. My car, I love the Mercedes, it's a great tow car and that sort of stuff, but I'm sure if you had a smaller caravan, a smaller car, you could definitely reduce the fuel costs. People are starting to tow with EVs. A trip down to the south of France with an EV, would it be any good? I don't know, it would be challenging, I think. I think it would depend on the EV. You know, you'd have to regularly stop to charge. You'd have to discover what the charge network's like in France. You know, and none of the charge networks I've seen in the UK here are set up for charging with a Caravan. So you'd have to unhitch, go to the charger and that sort of stuff. Anyway, we digress. So that is our what it costs us for France 2023. Please comment below, tell me what you think. Do you think that's expensive? Would you pay that sort of money? What sort of cost savings have you managed to make? How have you found travelling to Europe? What have your costs been? You know, have you stayed in the UK just because those costs are rising for travelling? Or, you know, is it just this cost of living crisis that we seem to be facing at the moment? Is it becoming more and more difficult to justify those costs to travel abroad? We were talking on the way back from France. What we said we might do was actually try Italy. So we're now talking about pushing on a little bit further, and what extra costs are those going to incur? Anyway, so hope you really found that useful. That just gives you an overview of what it cost us for our France 2023 trip. Please, again, don't forget to leave some comments below. We love to talk to you guys, and if you wouldn't mind hitting that thumbs up button, that thumbs up really does help with the algorithms. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. It costs you nothing. Your subscription would really be appreciated. Thank you very much. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Hit that notification bell and you'll be notified when we put out more vlogs, more content. So thank you very much, and we shall see you on the next one.